Are we in the Great Transformation or what?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think for sure. Yeah. And it's been ramping up for a while. And I think that a lot of people are feeling the transformation. A lot of us went a little bit early where we had like super challenging times before this so that we could be prepared to help the larger community. And that's why I personally needed to travel and, much of my life to get to know different communities and different styles of living and different gurus and different shaman and then 10 years ago when we had the California fires, my bank was hacked and my phone was stolen. Like I had lost all my technology and I worked on technology. I was a CEO of an innovative technology company, like a very small one, and it was just kind of like a title. And I lost all that and I was like, oh my gosh, really? I have to do it again where I have to start from zero and get, thousands of dollars of equipment again when I'm working on sweat equity for this technology company, digital technology. And I was like, I can't do it anymore. And I just need to heal. I want to have a relationship with my father. I want to have a husband. I want to, my last 5, 10 years to potentially have children, even. I was in my 40s and I was like, drop everything and heal. And so I had lost all my money, all my equipment for digital creation, which was my job, how I made money. So I had no money, no ability to make money with my usual way. And I went to live on the beach in a tent. And then with like the $100 that I had, it was $20 a night. And so then I ended up getting a yurt and I called it my tree ship. And I got like a free floating yurt and I spent my last $20 on like avocados and water. And I had a phone that someone gave me and I created a workshop on the phone. And then I had the workshop at one of the best hotels on the beach in Tulum. And then I had my food money that way. And I would do the workshop once a month. And that was the beginning of my healing journey because I had spent all my money on my ticket to return to Tulum after returning to California, and I took care of a dog, a dog who would have lost its leg and would have made more puppies and more puppies and more puppies in the jungle here in Tulum if I didn't save its life. So I saved a dog's life, and then I had $100 left for myself, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to take care of me, and so I made this workshop, and that was the transformation of my healing. I did end up healing with my dad before he passed, and I learned so much about how the trauma was affecting my body, my every moment, my speaking, my how I move, how I look, how I dance, how I walk, how I speak, how I my perspective of the world. And so in those time I really just meditated. I worked with a guru who was in Tulum and I was doing Shakti bliss, Shakti bliss meditation or consciousness, bliss consciousness meditation. And I just really dove in and saw how all the trauma was happening in me. And I had already done self-inquiry in grad school and was planning on getting a PhD in psychedelic somatic and neurobiology medicine. But I had to take some time off to work with myself. And then at the end of that, there was COVID. And then I made Awaken Dream Synergy. And I realized the community trauma and how the community was really needing also support. And then I dove into the last 3 years of like, okay, how can I be a better coach and focusing on trauma therapy? So that's kind of, in a nutshell, a little bit of what happened.